Hello everyone, welcome to FOP channel for the next mission on the Persian Wars. The fifth installment, the Emperor's Fist. It's actually the last mission ever made for the Emperor's Fist. And yeah, the season finale, the sixth installment, was never released, which is a shame. And yeah, I really miss the fact that we never get the ending, the climax for the whole series. So that was a very good campaign. It was a pleasure to do such epic campaign. And we're gonna do the strategical last mission, the Battle of Salamis Bay, Mission 5, the Emperor's Fist. Okay, the September air was warm, almost humid. Themistocles paced the deck of his ship restlessly. After initially choosing to make a united naval stand in Salamis Bay, the Council of Greek Generals had reversed itself. The allies were breaking up, sailing off to defend their home ports, despairing that the Greek fleet could ever defeat the massive Persian armada in open combat. The old man, Mnesiphilus, watched his young protege, chafing against the possibility of Greek politics. He had guided his young friend through the debates and arguments he'd faced at Phoenix 2 years earlier, and now his advice was no less pointed. Do not allow this to happen, Themistocles. Take whatever measures are necessary to keep the fleet united. You must make your stand in Salamis Bay. The former archon had taken the advice to heart, but he'd been able to sway the majority of the Greek generals. Although that could change, for unusual guests had been brought by swift transport from Aegina and was standing even now on the deck of the sleek flagship. It was no less a man than Aristides, son of Lysimachus, the same Aristides who had fought beside Miltiades at Marathon 10 years earlier. Oh, Aristides, I remember him from the campaign. The same Aristides whom Themistocles had exiled from Athens. Violating the exile to bring an intelligence report to the Allies, Aristides now stood before his old political opponent in the clammy September night, and his news was of the utmost urgency. The Persian fleet had taken up its position to attack. Come down, there would be a naval war like none the Aegean had ever seen before. But would the Greeks be prepared to stand together and fight? Themistocles narrowed his eyes. Whatever enmity has existed between us, he murmured, we both know it grew out of our love for Greece and of Athens. Now, let us go together to the Allies. The sight of two opponents such as we, uniting together, may be exactly what the Greek people need to inspire them. Aristides, thin, beginning to show the signs of advancing age, but still holding his aristocratic carriage like the unbowed nobleman he was, met the younger man's eyes with a nod. For Athens, he said, for Greece. Victory conditions. Aristides is right. The Persian fleet is poised to attack, but the Greek allies have already begun to disperse and sail for home. Themistocles, the Athenian fleet awaits you off the eastern coast of Salamis. But you must locate the fleets of the Spartan general Eurybiades and the Aeginetan general Aicus. Bring them together and find a way to inflict as much damage as possible on the Persian armada. Specifically, destroy 15 Persian triremes and 10 Phoenician triremes. During the battle, squadrons of conscripted Persian ships may defect to your side and provide assistance. But finally, a cautionary note, Themistocles. The Carian queen Artemisia has a contingent of 3 triremes fighting with the Persians. This queen is a warrior of increasing renown and popularity. Many of the Greeks have begun to admire her sharp judgment and her shrewd abilities as a commander. If her themes are destroyed, the loss of goodwill among your Greek allies will be unsurmountable. Avoid killing this remarkable woman. After all, at a later date, you may need her assistance. Ooh, that's interesting. Okay, let's try to read the history, and I'm not gonna try to get any hints at all. So, that's a lot of information. The victory at Salamis was a much was as much an act of shrill politics as it was a brilliant demonstration of military tactics. Themistocles had his hands full simply persuading the Greek allies to remain united and face the Persians in the wars south of Athens. According to Herodotus, the Corinthian general Adimantus was his most vigorous opponent in the debates of the strategoi. At one point, Adimantus apparently told the rest of the council they shouldn't listen to Themistocles. Since he'd evacuated Athens, he was now a man without a city, and therefore should have no say in the proceedings. Themistocles carefully pointed out to Adimantus and all of the generals that he had 200 triremes at his back and coal, more than twice the rest of the Greek fleet combined. Any city I want, he said, can be mine. That put an end to the Salamis man argument. Eurybiades was another matter. The Spartan general had fought side by side with Themistocles at the Battle of Thermisium, yes, but only because Themistocles bribed him not to run away. Now Eurybiades, commander-in-chief of the allied navy, was also wavering, and Themistocles finally pulled the man aside for a private chat. If the allies do not make their stand at Salamis, he said, you can be sure that I will take my huge fleet and my people, who were already packed up and dispossessed of their homes, and will sail to Italy to found a new colony. The terrifying possibility of having to face charges without the Athenian fleet is the only thing that made Eurybiades come around. The battle itself was a brilliant exercise in the use of a smaller, tactically superior force to defeat an opponent that has overwhelming numerical superiority. By tricking the Persians into attacking the Greeks in the narrow straits, Themistocles was able to prevent their larger numbers from ever being brought to bear. By luring them into straits, he also prevented the Persian troops' position along the coast from raking his vessels with ground fire. The cumulative effect of these moves was devastating. Never again would Greeks doubt the military capabilities of Athens, and Athens would use her newfound clout remorselessly, forging an Athenian League that would eventually become the Athenian Empire. That was a very hard word. Remorselessly. Remorselessly. I'm gonna use this more times. Okay, so that was very interesting. There's a lot of politics going on. And apparently my objectives. Okay. Eastern coast of Salamis. The most creative fleets of Spartan, the Aeginetan general Aicus. Okay. "15 Persian triremes and 10 Phoenician triremes? Okay. Well, here's the man. That's eastern coast of Salamis. Oh, it's over here that I am. Maybe. Okay, that's weird. Must be kidding me, alright? Okay, that was quite confusing. So should I do like that? So Rebidas, so Acus was defeated, and the Phoenicians got 1 kill. That kind of sucks, I guess. Here is Rebidas, who's probably driving around, which is sad. That's very good. Any try reps for me now? I just need to destroy the ships, correct? Okay, that shouldn't be very hard. So let's try to do so. Currently Queen Artemisia should be destroyed like the target. What just happened? Okay, we'll do that. I'm sorry folks. I really have no idea what just happened. So there is no reason for what just happened. Absolutely no reason at all. Okay, that was very confusing, but as far as I could realize, everything's being fine. And I have no idea what it was. Did I lose, sorry, my Juggernaut? I don't know. Let's win that game. Okay, I must like this on a combo group, and then boom, I won't have problems again. Or maybe winner Tunisia. Very good, very good. Very good, very good. And for Queener Misha, I just make her an ally, even though she's not my ally. I treat her as if she was. Alright. So sorry for being so pissy about the game, but I was really angry because I'm pretty sure that I was about to win this. It's just 15 Persians and 10 Phoenicians. And what I do after that. Very good. GG, folks. The invincible Persian fleet has been smashed. Jammed together in the narrow straits, removed from cover of their ground troops, their triremes were protected and unable to maneuver. Greek soldiers leaped from one ship to another, slaughtering Persian sailors wholesale. The enemy trireme in front, devastated and outmaneuvered, are unable to retreat, jamming in by their own ships behind them. Fires are lit, ships burning and sinking, sailors jumping in the sea to escape annihilation at the hands of the triumphant Greeks. At day's end, Themistocles, the wreckage of Persian vessels is so great it is said a man can walk from Salamis to the mainland across a ruined house. And the credit is yours. Not only did you prevail in your arguments with allies, but Athenians and Aeginetans were the two groups who performed most heroically and wreaked the most damage on the enemy. A new age has dawned for Athens, my friend. The victory of Salamis will be followed by an age of Athenian ascendancy. The birth of the Athenian Empire can be traced from today, and the foundation was laid by you in the blood-red waters of Salamis Bay. History has been changed forever. I was signing God of War 1998. Ooh, that was a lot of kills. That's it, folks. GG, thanks for following me with this series. That was a great time. And I was happy that I could provide some more decent. I was afraid that maybe this final battle would be bugged because I couldn't understand what resulted in my death. But that was it. That was pretty straightforward, pretty fast, and very good. GG, folks. Thanks so much for watching, and I see you